Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are in the world. This is Hedgin Lee with our daily evening update for Bitcoin. So here is the breakout that we saw the other day, and price is meandering at best for Bitcoin. Some time has elapsed. We will have to move all of this. I noticed that a lot of my charts are not saved. So what I've now done is signed up for TradingView for the Pro version, and I'm hoping it does a better job of saving my charts, for crying out loud. Alright. And quite often it just brings back my old labelings too. But anyways, let's hope it improves. Set that aside for now. What do we have, do you think? So let's just draw some lines. This is a 4 hour, so I'm going to go back to 1 hour now. So what I had tried was I started on this one when I was trying to do an ABCDE. ABCDE. But I realized that's probably not where I should have started. What I'm saying is I should have started here. A, B, C, D, E. And let me draw the lines first. So we're ending up with a symmetrical triangle that can be counted as A, B, C, D, and it's doing the last E right now. And from here, price will break out. And then we should see wave 5. So if this is correct, then I think we should see 9,000. We're pretty darn close to it. And if that's the case, price needs to break out of this triangle. A, B, C, D, E, it needs to break out. And once we hit 5 or 3, we'll have a correction, I think. Now, I always said that the best time to take a profit is under 5 or 5. This wave. 5 or 5 or 3. And if this is wave 4 here, we need to relabel this, I'm sorry. We need to bring 3 here, 4 there. I knew I was missing something. And on this 5, once price breaks out of this, we should see an impulse. And for you traders out there, once you see a breakout, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's a good time to ladder out here. Take some profits. Why is that? Because we're going to get a wave 4 correction. We have 1, 2, 3, and after wave 3 you get a 4. And 4 will go down to the prior wave 4 level. So we may see 76.50 or so. That's what I'm forward discerning. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have the subwaves of 3. 1, 2, 3, the blue waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you look at the MACD, it's doing the same thing. Check this out. Okay, look at it this way. It'll break out, I think. Like that. I think that'll be beautiful. Right in time to do a turnaround to give wave 4. And once this corrects, it's just a healthy correction. I know there will be some out there who'll be freaking out already when that happens. And that kind of a panic is unnecessary. You don't have to go through that. Because if you have a way of kind of peeking around the corner by having a technique that identifies as many possibilities as possible and narrows it down to a few probabilities, then you have a scenario, primary count, with alternates as well. Well, there is an alternate that can keep on going higher. Absolutely. And once you're aware of that, you don't really get surprised. Like when this happened. People were already panicking. People were saying, oh my gosh, it fell $300-400. Sky is falling. What are we going to do? Sell, sell, sell. Get out, get out. And I don't think that's a very productive way of going about it. And this is here is beautiful because the MACD is confirming it. So I believe overnight we may see new or higher all-time highs. So I would say all-time highs dead ahead. I would say I made a pretty nice call here today from this morning's triangle, broke out. So overall, Bitcoin's going up. Overall, Bitcoin Cash has been going up. I haven't seen any stories or news trying to justify that lately. Well, but then again, I haven't been really looking. And I think what I need to do is just shift this out a little to the right. Because time has elapsed. But my resistance support zone of my waves are still no different. I want to go over something that was discussed today with a talented person who I think can become the next multi-millionaire if he stays with it on a coaching session. And it has to do with, let me ask you a question. When you see a portfolio, let's say day to day, week to week, or every 2 days or so, the balance of your portfolio, your net liquidation value, does it go like this? Very nice, even but steady up and continuous up. You're gaining all the time. If you chart it, the total value goes up consistently on an upward incline. This is the way you want it. Or does it look like this? Did a bad job on that. Sorry. One more time. Now what I'm trying to relate here is this is much more desirable. This high volatility will bring your account to zero. I think this is a very important lesson. Again, something I learned. I have zeroed a good number of accounts in my life. Very painful experiences. I've even brought it to a negative with margins. Powerful lessons you learn that way. And let me tell you the difference between these two. This is usually a sign of someone who got greedy. Usually a sign of who wanted to get maximum out with one shot. Usually someone who put everything, their whole wallet into a single coin. Because maybe someone who they were following, like Hedgen, said something like, Dogecoin has phenomenal potential. And the percent gain is just cannot be ignored. And so they emptied the wallet into this, or any other coin, let's say. And then they see Doge, let's say, fall by 10%, rises by 4%, falls by 11%, rises by 6%, then takes another dive up until it goes to zero, or pretty down close to it. This is also an indication, it's often called an alligator teeth, high volatility. It's also an indication of someone who buys everything in a single transaction. They don't ladder in. This is also an indication of someone who chases the lion's tail. Have you gone and tried to find the hottest coin? Then maybe you lost some money. Then you found and chased another hot coin, put everything into that coin, made some money, but for some reason it went down below what you had, and it's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle to zero. For those of you who only have one coin and everything in one coin, or even just 2 coins or 3 coins, you're not very well diversified. When you are well diversified, let's say you have 30% in Bitcoin, 10% Ethereum, 5% something else, 5% something else, and the remaining 45 or whatever percent you have well distributed amongst altcoins like Doge, like BTS, like LBC, well distributed. That way you have a greater likelihood of catching the pops, these massive pops, because they're not going to happen all at the same time. I gave you the analogy of a popcorn machine. Right now, the early poppings are happening. And if you pour everything into library coin, thinking you're going to catch the pop, meanwhile, you see other altcoins popping, and your coin is the only one that's not popping, that's going to piss you off. And that's going to make you emotionally and psychologically stressed. And you're going to do some silly thing like jump into that coin that just popped, and then right when you jump in, it'll take a dive correction. Then you're going to jump back in to Dogecoins, or you're going to say, oh, maybe I didn't miss it. Okay, I'm in this for good, for long. I've got everything into Dogecoin, but you still see maybe BTS popping, another altcoins popping. You're going to jump into BTS, and maybe you jump Teal, and it goes down. That kind of experience is mortifying. You don't want to go through that. And what I'm offering in my blog is an answer to the question, there must be a better way. I'm not saying my way is the best way. I'm saying it's a better way than what I just described to you. This is shooting from the hips, hoping to hit a profit to zero. This is the actions of the uninformed, the impatient. You see, the sensation, the feeling of greed is very subtle. When you're trying to ladder and you say, okay, I forget this ladder, I'll just go in all once right now. That's greed taking over. And you got to be always on the lookout for that. That's why disciplined laddering takes you away from it. So I gave you the description of this. Now here, let's say I got 30% in Bitcoin, 10% in Ethereum, 5% in Dash, 5% in Zen, Neo, well distributed. But let's say you want to be a little bit more aggressive. Fine. And this is the advice that I've been giving on the portfolio analysis. Perfect. Let's find the ones with the highest percent potential on the gain. Percent gain potential. The ones that'll be in the 300%, or let's say 10x, or 7x, or 5x. Then you identify 5 or 6, maybe 10. And you allocate funds into that by laddering in. So that when you have a portfolio that is well diversified, then you don't have the alligator teeth downward. You get the very nice gentle ride upward. And I think too many are probably taking the road of, I'm going to buy this coin, Dogecoin all at once, boom, and wait. Maybe Doge will not break up. Maybe it'll go lateral for a long time. And that'll make you do silly things. And that silly thing is called buy high, sell low. That'll get you impatient. When you're seeing fireworks going off in other altcoins, you're going to try to go jump in those. And that's when you're going to buy those high and sell low. When you're well diversified, you don't have to worry about that. You can sleep really well. So let's say amongst your 12 total coins, or 15 total coins, I don't care how many, and let's say you get 8 coins that are going up, that are on the green, 3 are on the red, but they're declining for that moment or for that day. That's not going to phase you. Even if all of them are going down, it won't be nothing compared to like this if you only had one. So a correction will look like this. And then the recovery will take effect. Correction for this will be air pocket, capping, poof, down here. And people who are in this situation are going to say, what the hell happened? Why did this happen? What news made this happen? What was the reason why this happened? However, if you can become solo proficient enough to count your Elliott waves on your own proficiently and learn it, it isn't that difficult. You count to 5 and then you count to a few letters, A, B, C, D, E. I know it's easier said than done, but just like anything, if you practice this a little bit, you will become a very good, proficient Elliottian. And then you learn how to combine the chart patterns, just like I'm showing you. As time goes by, as you learn more, what I say will make a lot more sense. And when you can do this on your own, it'll be a departure away from this to this. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that was helpful. And as always, I hope I have earned the right to ask you for your consideration for an upvote. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, these upvotes really mean quite a bit to me, not for the money. I mean, these are what I get right now, $10, $15, $12, whatever you. I mean, I don't dislike it. I think it's fine and good. But the upvotes will give me the visibility so others can see my blog, see the intention of my blog to help and do no harm. And hopefully they can be attracted to it. And maybe I can augment their due diligence. Maybe I can help them to learn Elliott waves. Save them a lot of time because I've already made all the mistakes already. And save them countless amount of painful lessons that maybe they don't have to go through, exactly just what I've been explaining here. So upvotes are very important for me. So are V-steams, but again, that also gives visibility. And I'm not here to become famous. I am not here to make money. As you can see from the evidence of my performance, I am well able to make my own money doing this. Many times over what Steam would be paying. I am here to help and do no harm, flat out. It's my way of giving back. I have learned many, many valuable lessons, and I think I can share these with everyone in the Steam community and just make it better. So to all of you in the US, I wish you all a very, very happy family loving, kind, sharing Thanksgiving. And I will be putting up some updates tomorrow. Meanwhile, I'll be the cook in my house tomorrow, so I'll be busy as well on that. But I do wish you all again a very happy Thanksgiving. We are all very privileged. And no matter what, we all have something to be very thankful for. Have a good night.